going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings are allegedly 0-3, and there's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda in these games. And Kevin O'Connell addressed the local media jackals after the game. A little bit of an explanation, a little bit of mea culpa, explaining what the hell exactly is going on with his team, and got some insight on some stuff and some things, right? And it's just so frustrating. Again, I can't get over this. First and goal from the 3, first and goal from the 3, first and goal from the 6, 3 points. It's rough, man. It's rough. But Kevin O'Connell still saying he believes Ted Lasso, right? I believe in this team. I believe in the makeup. I believe our leadership. I believe our coaches. And we're going to continue to work. That is not one concern of mine with the type of guys we have in there. That's what O'Connell said. And fully understand, well, what else is he supposed to say? Is he going to throw his guys under the bus? Is he going to throw himself under the bus? Is he going to take ownership of the situation, which he did? And a lot of this is on Kevin O'Connell. I mean, play calling, getting your players ready to go, and game management, and everything that we criticize Zimmer for. I mean, it's fair game to criticize Kevin O'Connell, and also he is the first one to tell you that. But I mean, even though the Vikings are 0-3, it's not like they had their asses handed to them. It's just rough, man. It's just rough. Then this is from K-Fan. Kevin O'Connell, hindsight on the Chinese fire drill at the end of the game where the Vikings were lethargic getting on the ball, and then they just try to throw it quick, and that resulted in the Hawkinson tipped interception. Hindsight, we worked those situations quite a bit, but I probably just should have clocked the ball there and had the 3 downs from there to try to score. Wanted to kind of catch the defense on their heels a bit if we could, especially on that first down. If that's not there, maybe we sail it out of the back of the end zone. But Kirk was trying to be aggressive to TJ as he was on the previous snap. And it's one thing to catch them on their heels if you're able to get on the ball quickly, but there was 25 seconds that bled off that clock. So, I mean, the Chargers were set up and they were ready, man. They were absolutely ready for what the Vikings are going to bring. So, I don't know, again, in hindsight, it would have been better to just clock it and have 15, 16 seconds left and 3 downs. Sure. But also, it's no muss, no fuss if Hawkinson doesn't deflect it into Kenneth Murray's hands, or if Hawkinson catches a touchdown, he's a hero, right? And it's a good call. Yeah. Alec Lewis, the Athletic. Kevin O'Connell on the Vikings' final play sequence. We have elements in our offense to go fast at the same rate of time. Hopefully that a clock play would be. With the crowd in situations with the headset, there was a little bit of confusion early on. By the time Kirk was able to cleanly hear me, too much time had come off the clock. Looking back on, we should have clocked it and taken the 3 snaps. The way we're defending down there. All right, so you saw on the final play, Kirk had his hands over his helmet holes, trying to hear what was going on. Now, he alluded to some issues with the headset, or was it just crowd noise? So you always want to be quiet when the offense is trying to deal, right? And there was a confluence of events. First off, Vikings fans are loud, they're boisterous, they're the best fans in the world, but. And also, they're obviously hyped after the 4th and 5 conversion. But once that offense is trying to get set up, you got to quiet down. And it's a bad situations where, the fans were obviously still hyped about the situation. And the Vikings were trying to communicate. Kirk was trying to get the call. And it was just a confluence of events that ended up poorly for the Vikings. 17,000 different things had to go wrong for the Vikings, and they did on that final play. The crowd had to be loud. Maybe the communications were shoddy. There was some indecision on if they wanted to clock it or get a playoff, and then Kirk, threw that ball in the spot where only Hawkinson could get it, and Hawkinson, unfortunately, just tipped up in the air, and Kenneth Murray picked it off. All those things had to go wrong for the Vikings to lose on that play. Rough. Vikings Insider. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. I've been part of the team Rams before. That's lost 3 in a row. We lost 3 in a row and found a way to win a world championship. That's harkening back to the 2021 Rams that dropped 3 in a row in the middle of the season. I believe in the makeup of this team. I believe in our leadership, yada, yada. It's one thing is the Rams losing streak was in the middle of the season, so it's kind of covered up. But starting out 0-3 puts you in a big hole. It does. And, the Vikings, the rest of the way, I mean, Carolina is the Alamo, man. Like, you cannot lose in Carolina. And also, Adam Thielen going for 100, first 100-yard game since 2018. It's rough, man. But, with the Chiefs and the Niners looming, also 2 road games in division, they got to get their ish together. And, again, it's so frustrating because they should have beat the Bucs. They should have beat the Eagles. They should have beat the Chargers, but they beat themselves. Right, that's a frustrating thing, man. And then Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who is not Carl Gershman, update on JJ's injury. As it appeared during the game, Justin Jefferson was merely suffering cramps in the fourth quarter, per coach Kevin O'Connell. And it was scary as hell, and you could hear a pin drop in U.S. Bank Stadium when JJ was on the ground. It did not look good, but luckily it was just cramps. He actually returned later in the game. And I think the Vikings got super lucky in that spot. But also, I got a little emotional when U.S. Bank Stadium was chanting JJ. We love this kid, man. Right. Want him to stay. Also got to keep him happy. And the only thing that makes Justin Jefferson happy is winning. That's right. And then Kirk, supporting the Coles. Look, we got a lot of opportunities up ahead. I view them as 1-0, and whatever happens, you erase that week and start a week fresh. Kirk on where. Yeah, the Vikings do have to take this thing 1 week at a time. I mean, they got to be in playoff mode now, which is such a depressing thing to say week 4. But again, the fact that all 3 games were single-score games, and the Vikings were 11-0 in single-score games last season. They're 0-3 in single-score games this season. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, as evidenced by the Caleb Evans interception turn Chargers touchdown, and sometimes you just make too many mental mistakes, and you can't get out of your own way, and even though you are the more talented team, you just lose. And that's what's happened the first 3 weeks of the season, including the Eagles game, by the way. So it's rough either way. But Kevin O'Connell took ownership of the situation, and the team will get back after it. And I don't know, like the team. Obviously, we've been over this. It's impossible for a team to tank. Players trying to lose on purpose. Tape don't lie, man. So if you're giving out less than ideal effort, it's going to show, and you're not going to get paid. And coaches coaching to lose ain't going to happen. It's going to impact your next paycheck, man. So they got to get their ish together. And they got to do it quickly. And we'll go from there, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell's post-game presser. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.